Welcome to the heart of Sooner Nation, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the saying, Boomer Sooner, you will be soon enough. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. And the Sooners will kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Missouri's offense will get the first possession of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the passing attack, they were going to attack all areas of the field. And right out of the gate, first drive, they go deep down the middle of the field, and they come up with a big one.
Flushed out of the pocket. And the ball squirted out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, the quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him and create the takeaway.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Give to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And they're not on the same page there. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
Guys, this winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
The Sooners will snap it on first and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooner! And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
As an offense, you've got to know it. This part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
Just going to keep it after the snap. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they?
Oh, picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
What a great stick by the defender. But how about this? Quarterbacks like a smooth pocket where they can step up, set their feet. That defense did not give him that. Hit him while he's throwing the football. Made it easy for the defender to run underneath it, create an interception.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Just a short pass to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Now after the short completion, it's second down. The play action fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
And just pressure. You got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And then the cherry on the sundae, Jesse, is getting him on the ground and forcing a long yardage situation for your offense.
Yeah, life is chaotic for this quarterback right now, David. No doubt about it. This pocket is collapsing. You saw it on that last play. He does not have time to set his feet, survey the field, and make an accurate throw.
Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Pulls it and fires to the left. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different casts of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. To the air, it's Ware. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
He's got it. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Georgia Tech is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Yellow Jackets fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is.
He'll keep it himself. At the 35, he's open.
A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Able to keep them from getting a return and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to pass, it's Ware. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted. They didn't give him much on the return. Prime scoring position at the 22.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. A strike downfield. Touchdown Tigers. What a grab and go for the score. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here's the return from inside his 10. They get him out of bounds at the 46, and he sets him up with terrific field position on that return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
He wants to throw here on second down. Finds his back in the middle. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. The aerial assault continues. Makes his connection.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Powers forward. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Defense.
Defense way over eager there, and now the entire playbook just opens up before the eyes of this offensive coordinator. They'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Hodges. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Going up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the 2nd half. And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. As they get ready to start this 3rd quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in the Big Ten. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Power football with the run. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Now the play fake. Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the back. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Missouri wants to go fast.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
Unloads to the wideout. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. The offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
It is perfect. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosive. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. To the air, it's Ware. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their... He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Sooners will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got it inside the 40. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Missouri! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punting last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Safe completion on the screen. At the 45, on its way. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with the blitz, and the offense had the screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Ware. He looks that one in nicely. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They're working that left side. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Trying the left side. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Illegal flag in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Quick strike complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, it's out! They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. On target. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Barnes. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Got his man downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on the side.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Makes the grab down the left side. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown Sooners. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 12 to Kansas State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe
nothing but green ahead. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He makes the connection. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Pocket starts to collapse. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man, when you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. And another passing touchdown for this Sooner quarterback. He keeps this up, and he might wind up in that 100-touchdown club with Baker Mayfield and Landry Jones.
So many good guys that have good days. But how about this day? I mean, fitting the ball all over the yard, just padding the stats. And you start mentioning guys like Jones, and you start mentioning guys like Baker Mayfield, that's Sooner pristine legacy there.
Pressure coming. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Looking to move it through the air. They've got the screen set up. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they tried to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%.
Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sooners offense takes the field to start this game off. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack-of-all-trades.
Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, how did he make that move? And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll give it to him again. Hauled down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that if they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Ware. They're bringing heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman running up front.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. That 50-yard field goal attempt was no good, and now they'll have to play defense, 1st and 10 from the 33. They'll go to the ground. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a 1st down play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's right on target. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the 1st quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react.
Intercepted. Got some room to run. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown Sooner. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover. and getting points off of it.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have this. You've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Looking for a man. It's Winston. Firing to the right, complete.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get that rhythm. Find that timing with the wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He's got his man across the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. From the gun. It's complete to the right. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's looking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll leave it with him. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He's got it on the move. Touchdown, South Carolina. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
First down here for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Ware. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. On second down, looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And that's where it comes to rest at midfield. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. How How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Winston. Gets it out fast. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Gamecocks look to do some damage in the red zone. Trying play action. Buys a little time. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got a man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertical.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Quarterback now breaking the field. It's complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
And the Sooners will move the sticks with the first down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it. Now it's just going to be a passing game.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. He'll pull it down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Penn State is going to enjoy the trip back to Happy Valley after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Beaver Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Looking for a man. It's Winston. Throws toward the end zone. And that pass intercepted. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To the air on 1st down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. He's got his man.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Pulls and fires complete. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just will try to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick setting up for him.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Ware. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Trying to get the receiver on a drag route, working through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the return man's journey is stopped, but there is a flag on the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the offense on first down. He'll do it himself.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try the run. Finds a crease at the 20. Strong, firm tackle. Now on second down and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. They go to the draw. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Between the uprights, it's good. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the 3rd. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Line gets set, first down. He'll start this drive firing. Getting some heat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking downfield, it's Ware. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Really nice job threading the needle in that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A-pluses here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do so many times in the past.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now it's 1st and 20 for the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
The give out of the gun. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? And the South Carolina offense is back on the field, looking for a productive play on 1st down. A quick pass to the left. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell, starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Going deep. Grabs it inside the 15. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're trying to get to him. He'll try to do it himself. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
How about this defense? This defense is getting after the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. The 3rd sack of the day. Hard to have a good passing attack when your quarterback's trying to throw from his back.
To the air, it's Ware. They're setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job with it.
He'll take the deep shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field. And, hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
Quickly complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
To the ground with the back. Still running at the 40. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stopped him at the 9. Guys, he's up to 103 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Marches ahead. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Just about set to kick it away.
Oklahoma, 24. South Carolina, 17.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll give it to the back. Turns it on in midfield. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll run this play from the pistol. Give to the running back. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal flag in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line.
Oklahoma offense will take over.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Well, they try to dial up the screen pass on 1st down, seeing if they can catch the defense rushing upfield. But they stayed home, they had their eyes on the football, and they create a negative play.
And you want to talk about game tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding, offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on 1st down. Quick release on the RPO. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Scanning the field, it's Ware. He lobs one high down the left side. Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a catch and run for 6. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Oklahoma, 31. South Carolina.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Grabs it in the middle. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got his man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going for the big play. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what...